So I want to make a video on Google Allo. I personally love the app. You know, it's a new app. It's not, Google has Hangouts, and I love Hangouts, and I use Hangouts all the time. And for a while, I thought Hangouts would be the iMessage replacer for Android. It would be nice to have an iMessage replacer, but I don't really see it as that big of a deal. I'm used to using different messaging apps. I'm used to using different apps because essentially, so many apps now have social aspects to them. Google Plus has a social aspect, has a social aspect. Instagram, Snapchat, all of those, even though their main things could be like, sharing your story, sharing your pictures or whatever, but they all have a messaging aspect to it. So you were already messaging on so many different platforms, and usually all those platforms have something unique to them. And sometimes I message people on multiple platforms. There's are people that I text them, I send them WhatsApp messages, I send them Hangout messages. So yeah, it's kind of crazy if you think about it, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not on my phone that much for it to bother me. I like to enjoy life. You got a lot of stuff going on, and that's actually one of the bad things about Allo. But I guess I could talk about the bad first. That's the worst one, but I'll leave that for the last part. The major thing is that you can't set the app as your default messaging app. So that's just not an option. When you sign up for it, you can't do that. Like, you can send text messages, but it'll send it from like a weird number, and it'll give people the option to download the app. But of course, if people have no idea what Allo is or know nothing about it, they're gonna think it's spam and they're gonna ignore it anyway. So with this app, that's the biggest like disappointment. And but at the same time, I think it's okay because the app side is going against like WhatsApp still doesn't have that. Like, you can't text and send WhatsApp in the same app. WhatsApp is standalone, and that might help in cases of making the app more, just work, more fluid. That way, it's not doing too much. And as they add more features, they get as it gets more polished, they can add more features to it. I think they will do that in the long run. So right now, it's a baby. People are hating on this app so much, but at the end of the day, it's still a baby and it's still doing things that other apps aren't. But I'll get to that later. But that is a major downside. So it would be nice if you could set it up as even if it's not like fully integrated like iMessage is, being able to set it to where as a default text messaging app and getting your regular text through the app would be awesome as well. And then you can also send people invites for them to join as well. Another thing is you can't use this app on another phone, so you would have to start all over, and you can't just go to another phone. So if you're a person that uses multiple phones, that's an issue. And I get it from a tech reviewer standpoint. We go through a whole bunch of different phones, but an actual person only has one phone usually, unless, but if they have another phone, usually that's got like a whole different phone number and a whole different purpose, so they can have Allo on two different phones. But so it's not that big of an issue, but it would be nice to be able to like switch through like your other devices or maybe your tablets or your computer and things like that, and still be able to keep the conversation going like Hangouts can already do. So Hangouts is like really one of the most powerful ones. I wish they would have kept with it, but it seems like maybe it's a little too late for Hangouts to catch mass appeal. So they're gonna target Hangouts to more of the business crowd, and Allo is more of like a fun texting application. And honestly, man, it's really fun. I've had a lot of fun with it. Yesterday before I went to work, all I was doing was getting on Allo. I was getting people's phone numbers. Yeah, this app actually got me to get people's phone numbers and to message them and play around with it. And I've been having a lot of fun. But yeah, so something I'd recommend too, like I would go to the app info of the app and just, if you're going to use it, just give them all your permissions. If you're a privacy person that you're worried, just get rid of your smartphone, go out, live on an island. It's not a bad idea. You'd probably have more fun, less stress, you'd be happier. But yeah, add all the permissions. Yes, Google will have all your info, unless you do like the incognito chat. But this is how Google Assistant, which is the best part about this app, will work, because none of the other apps that I mentioned have anything as powerful as Google Assistant. And even in its infancy, Google Assistant is pretty powerful. So let's get into the app here. So you can do a whole bunch of couple of things. But yeah, just like Dustin says, just wish it could be default SMS. This would be nice. That way I could. But right now my default SMS is actually Clinker messaging, which is actually actually a good app. It's still in beta stages, so. But that app itself, I think it would be like a great app to use as a default text messenger, because you can use it on your phone. Actually, we'll ignore that part. Darn it. But yeah, so as you can see in this message here, yeah, the SMS is the biggest part that's missing about this. But I like what it can do. You can make your text big or small, as if you're yelling, and then you can add things like stickers, which there are a whole bunch of stickers. They're really, really cute. Of course, you can buy some more stickers. I've heard of a twerking bull. I'll have to look for that one. But yeah, you can oh, there it goes, Julio the Bull. So you can download it right there, and then once you download it, your stickers come up, and there he goes, the twerking bull. That's awesome. Anyways, yeah, you can also add your locations, so if someone's asking for that. And then of course you have the keyboard, and when you take, you can take a picture straight from the app. And then if you want, you can send it right away. You can also edit it. You can doodle, and you can also add text. So I think it's pretty cool. It gives you like a little bit of an option to like have fun. You can draw on people, and you know, when you send people pictures, Google will recognize what the picture is. And the Google Assistant, as you can see here, you can have like your own chat with it, and you can ask it questions. So when you ask it, what can you do, it'll tell you, here are some things that you can ask for. So you have like your news, games, weather, going out, translation, so a whole lot of things. So let's see, how do you say unicorn in French? Licorn? I like unicorn better. I'll stick with unicorn. But yeah, it's cool. You can do a whole bunch of things in here, and you can have full-blown conversations. Like ask it like, how old is Kobe Bryant? And it'll tell you 38 years old. And then it says search results. You can do about Kobe Bryant, net worth, salary, how tall is he. So let's say about Kobe Bryant, and it'll just give you some general info. And I think that's cool. You can do this all in the app. Let's see, vegan pizza in Boston. And literally right here, you can also, and if you're in a conversation with somebody, you'll see that right there. So All Star Pizza Bar, that's actually my favorite pizza place in Boston. Favorite vegan pizza place. But yeah, and if you want to start the Google Assistant, all you do is just add, and it'll be the first one, add Google. I see in the future possibly maybe they'll add other ones, who knows. But I think this is pretty cool. Like, could you imagine if they would allow like @Yelp to be on here? Because Yelp is of course further along on the road when it comes to like restaurants and things like that. But you can come here and like tell us a joke, and then Google will tell you a joke. How's this? What does a vegan zombie eat? See, I think like as you ask it questions, it kind of realize. So because I'm vegan, I just been asking vegan questions. What does a zombie eat? Grains. All right. And you can do random, fun, interesting fact, play a game, riddle, funny video. So it's actually very, very cool. You can have a lot of fun with this, for sure, without a doubt. And of course, you can do your emojis, and those you can make bigger or smaller as well. So whatever you're sending. But yeah. But you have to take that out. I guess Google is sending emojis back to me. Yeah, you can say that you like it. You say yeah, you don't like it. I'm glad that you like it. That's it. So you're the best. Oh, actually, I took Google off. Oh no, we're not glad that you like it. No. Now Dustin thinks he's the best. Anyways, guys, I'm having too much fun with this. Man. See this way. I try. But yeah, so that's essentially Allo right now. It does have a lot of limitations, but it is fun. It's infancy, and I think it can be very, very powerful. The design is great. I like how the status bar matches the whole app. I would love for it to have like a night mode, but it doesn't. Night mode would be dope. I kind of show you, like, this is kind of what incognito mode will look like. I wish you could like switch to like this color layout, but I get it, because you might get confused if that was the case. But a theming engine, like, you know, being able to actually do make the app look a little bit different, but I like the way it looks. I think it looks pretty clean. It's only acted up only once so far. So I get why the tech people are complaining, but at the same time, real quick, so now this is more or less, I've realized that the media and the tech reviewers, they're very negative about things, like so negative. I thought I was like negative like towards like Apple and Samsung, but these guys are negative towards a lot of things. And then it's hurting the tech industry because they're being negative, complaining about like innovation, man. This is a new product. It's still in its infancy, and it already is doing things that the other apps cannot do. And like I said, they're doing the same thing when it comes to phones like the Moto Z Force, doing something brand new, and they just kind of like, they've just been hating on it. I mean, when you try something new, of course, it's not going to be perfect, but honestly, Allo, it's pretty polished. I've only had issues with it once. It works pretty well. It's pretty powerful. It's pretty useful. I can see myself using it. And as they add more and more features, it's going to be a better and better app. And if eventually Google can get it to work like iMessage, which I know is going to be hard because of how open Android is, but that would be awesome, and I think it would just be great. It is very easy and simple to use, and I honestly think it would have been even better if Allo and Duo were released at the same time, because, you know, Allo got me to get more people to install it. Duo was fun as well, but when it's only doing video calling and nothing else, it's kind of hard to get people to use it. But if both of the apps were released at the same time, you know, it would have been a complete package. Not a complete package, but having them both there. So if you want to text that person and call that person, so now you just get them to download the apps on the same day. But now it's like you have to try to get them installed it then and try to get them to install it now. So it's a little bit harder. But I think I use them both. They work very well. They do what they say that they do. And you know, I'm hopeful for the future to see what this leads. But in terms of like the media and being negative towards companies trying new things, it's like they're skeptics first, even though it is something good. But yet they're not that way when it comes to the things that matter, like quality control and software. I mean, I see so many tech reviewers giving to Samsung like praises, and yet actual people are out there online complaining. And I worked for Bed Bath for 4 years, so trust me, I've seen the complaining of how bad their software is, and year after year and after year after year after year, I'm seeing those reviewers say things that are actually just not true, that you can easily find online, like people that are saying otherwise. So when it comes to the media, you know, you can watch what they say, but go to real people, people that are not, I would say, either not brainwashed or not doing it for the money, not doing it for the clicks, not doing it for the hype, because the hype train needs to die, because at this point anything can be hyped, anything. I mean, look at Donald Trump. Anyways, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and let me know what you think about Allo. Are you using it? I think you should use it. I think we should support it. You know, it's doing things a little bit differently, and I know Google right now is like a mess in terms of like the messaging apps and things that they're trying out. Right now, most people have just gotten used to their way of doing things, so they don't want to do something new. But at the same time, we have to be open and ready for new things. Like even me, even though like I love Motorola, I've tried other phones. I've had the BlackBerry Z10, I've had the LG G4, I've had the Samsung S7, the S3, the Note 2. So trust me, my hate for Samsung is not because of my love for Motorola. It's my experiences. I've had a couple of years experiences with Samsung. So, and yeah, I've been burned. Motorola has treated me well. I've never really had to return a phone for like any software issue. I've broken a couple of phones, but that's about it. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hit me up in the comment section below if you have any questions. And have a good day. Remember, love yourself and love others. Life is short.